Before we talk about how modern car engines are different from older ones, you need to understand the basics of how a car engine works. Basically, gasoline and air are ignited in a chamber called a cylinder. In the cylinder is a piston that gets moved up and down by the gasoline or air explosion. The piston is attached to the crankshaft. As the piston moves up and down, it makes the crankshaft rotate. The crankshaft goes out to the transmission, which transmits that power to the car's wheels. Sounds simple, right? With modern engines, the basics still apply, but there's a lot more to think about. Contents. Modern engines are more efficient. Modern engines are more powerful. Modern engines are smaller. Modern engines work smarter. Modern engines have partners. Number 5. Modern engines are more efficient. Your basic gasoline car engine isn't all that efficient. Of all the chemical energy is in gasoline, only about 15% gets converted into the mechanical energy that actually moves the car. The EPA says over 17% of the energy is lost as the engine ideas, and a whopping 62% is lost in the engine due to heat and friction. Modern engines have a number of technologies in place to make them more efficient. For example, direct injection technology, which mixes the fuel and the air before they are put into the cylinder, can improve engine efficiency by 12% because the fuel burns more efficient. Turbochargers, which use compressed air from the car's exhaust system, compress the air that's used in the combustion cycle. The compressed air leads to more efficient combustion. Variable valve timing and cylinder deactivation are technologies that allow the engine to use only the fuel it needs, increasing efficiency. There's a common misconception that efficient engines are underpowered engines. Keep reading to learn how modern engines outmuscle their older counterparts. Number 4. Modern engines are more powerful. People are more concerned with fuel economy now than when cars were new, but they are also more concerned with engine power. After all, the fast cars only had horses to keep up with. Now cars are driven on freeways. Modern cars are also a lot heavier than early cars because they are stuffed with safety features and accessories. Today's car engines have a lot more work to do. They are carrying heavier loads at faster speeds. Modern engines are smaller. Since modern engines make more power than older engines, you do expect them to be larger. But if you look at the example of the Chevrolet Malibu we used on the previous page, you will notice that while engine power increased, engine size decreased. The incredible showing engine in today's cars can be checked up to move improved efficiency. Car makers have learned that you don't have to make the engine bigger to get the power consumers want. You just have to make the engine work smarter. The same technology that helps modern engines work more efficiently also means that modern engines can make more power without needing a larger package. Modern engines work smarter. One major difference between modern car engines and older car engines is that modern car engines don't work as hard. In an old V8 engine, all 8 cylinders were firing no matter if the car was idling or accelerating as fast as it could. Also, all 8 cylinders were getting the same amount of fuel regardless of how much work the engine was doing at the time. Today engines have technology that makes them work smarter. Cylinder deactivation is a system that allows some cylinders in an engine shut down when they are not needed, like when the car is idling or cruising. When more power is needed, those cylinders wake up and help out. Cylinder deactivation helps engines work more efficiently, since it means the engine only uses the fuel it needs and only extends the effort required for the job at hand. Modern engines have partner. Modern engines have a lot of technology that helps use less fuel while making more power than older engines, but they have one last things that older engines just didn't have partners. Today's car engines are not only sophisticated technological achievements, they are partnered with other high tech components that help them do their jobs better. A 4 or 5 speed transmission used to be cutting edge, but today's engines are partnered with transmissions with 7 8 speeds, even 8 speeds. The more speeds a transmission has, the better it's able to mesh with engine power, making the whole drive train run more efficiently. Or if 8 speeds aren't enough, modern engines are partnered with continuously variable transmission, have an infinite number of gear ratios, making them able to transmit the engine's power to the wheels in the most efficient way possible. In hybrid cars, modern engines get help from electric motors powered by battery packs. While the electric motor can power the car at slow speeds or run accessories when the car is stopped, it can also kick in to generate extra power when it's needed, like when a car is accelerating hard. Having an electric motor as a backup means that the car's engine can be a bit smaller and less powerful, which saves fuel. In some cases, those car companies are combining electric motors with big powerful engines for a performance punch.